Notice something about death. Write this down. No one ever died in the presence of Christ. And no dead body remained dead when he approached it. Think about that for a minute. Let me say it again. No one ever died in the presence of Christ. And no dead body remained dead when he approached it. One time he accidentally broke up a funeral. Just happened to be walking down the road. You know how it is. You drive and all of a sudden you see a funeral. You stop, you pull over. They got lights on. You respect the dead. You respect the living. Jesus broke up. He approached the dead body and blew the whole thing to pieces. All the flowers, everything that was bought. He said, get up. The boy got up and said, go back to your mama. She said, we're going home with my son. See, because when he approached the dead body, it didn't stay dead. In 1974, on Labor Day weekend, about 8:45 at night, Jesse Duplantis, who was then Jerry Jackson, the rock entertainer with hair, long chocolate brown hair, who was a dead man, but the Lord began to approach me. Praise God. And as he approached me, I rose from the dead. I resurrected, but I didn't have life yet. I had just resurrected. I was a dead man walking. See, then God breathed the breath of life, and I became a living spirit in the power of the resurrection. Let me say it again. No one ever died in the presence of Christ. And no dead body remained dead when he approached it. See, death cannot break the continuity of Christian life. Write that down. Death cannot break the continuity of Christian life. See, we're all in the creeds. This is Martha's creed. Listen, I know he'll rise in the last day on the resurrection. Creeds are good, but let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Creeds are good for the memory. Christ is good for the heart. I want more than a memory. I want something that's touching the heart. You know, theological creeds are good for the memory, and God said. What about what? And God does, and God will. And there's not good English in God do. You got the point. Praise God. Creeds are good for the memory. Christ is good for the heart. See, the life of faith will survive the shock of death. The life of faith. I've had some people say, y'all the happiest people at funerals I've ever seen in my life. And it wasn't a jazz funeral, because we know they're going to rise again. The city of New Orleans, which is kind of strange, is known for its cemeteries, known for its architecture. We got some fine graves. We got some graves that are more expensive than most people's houses. We got some dead people buried in class. I mean, some of the fine people, love the cemetery. In fact, Pastor John and Diana Hagee came and we all went to dinner, and I said, well, I'll take you anywhere in the city of New Orleans. Where would y'all like to go? What would you like to do? They said, take us to the graveyards. The graveyards? Yeah, we heard about those, so we took them, and they just couldn't get over it. Some of the things are the most amazing things. But the thing that's strange, it's so strange about me, cemeteries are empty. There's no one in them. There is nobody in a cemetery. Why are you afraid of a place where there's no one at? There's nobody in cemeteries. Do you understand that? No one lives in a cemetery. Nobody is there. Whether you go to heaven or go to hell, your spirit's either in hell or heaven. There ain't nobody there. That's why it's quiet. But one day, it's going to be the noisiest place you've ever seen. You know why? Because life's going to connect. It'll be the resurrection of the righteousness and the resurrection of the wicked. I don't care how bad you are. You can be as lost as a goose in the fog. One day, you will stand before God and make an accounting for what you did. And he don't care if you've been dead 2 billion years. You're coming out. Think about that. Some of y'all gonna be standing there, and right next to you might be a Neanderthal. Whoa, what you? Who knows? You can't prove it's true. I can't prove it's not. Cemeteries are empty. I was so afraid of cemeteries. Graveyards used to freak me out because I always had to go borrow sugar from my Aunt Eula. And I had to pass the graveyard when I was about 5, 6 years old. Mama said, go get some sugar from Aunt Eula. I said, I don't want to, Mama. She said, why? I said, don't you like Aunt Eula? I said, it's all them dead people between us and Aunt Eula. I don't like graveyard. Mama said, oh, boy, shut up, go over there. I was scared. And I was a little chubby boy. So I couldn't run fast. My brother, my oldest brother, Wayne, that boy, pray for Wayne. He ran out the back of the house and ran into the graveyard, got on top of a tomb. Here comes Jesse. Oh, Jesus, 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 oh, Jesus, I'm scared. My brother jumped off the top of that thing, went, rah! Fat and all, son. He ain't never seen a fast grease lightning like you ever. He could always outrun me. He couldn't catch me. I was gone. I said, there's a dead person look like my brother. I was gone. I got to Aunt Eula's house. She said, what you want? I went, my Uncle Dennis was a little scared too. He didn't like that graveyard. He went, somebody, Jesse, did you see somebody dead? I said, yeah, and he looks just like Wayne. Uncle Dennis said, I ain't going out there. I said, Uncle Dennis, you gonna walk back with the sugar? No, no, son. No. That's a true story. Mama never got sugar that day. I ran all the way with the sugar cup. There were roaches and bugs saying, it's Easter. Oh, this is good. Oh, I spilled the sugar going. I mean, just coming back, I spilled the whole sugar. That's a true story. But now I can walk around graveyards, not because I'm a man. No, the life of faith has survived the shock of death. So y'all thought I was off the sermon. Dead man walking. Live man rising. Here was a dead man, Lazarus, walking. You get over to Mark chapter 16, there's a live man rising. But before he went, he had to talk to a lady named Mary. Shut down redemption. About ready to go. She went, Jesus. He said, don't touch me, woman. Control yourself. I have not yet ascended. But you go tell my disciples and Peter that I'm alive. I'm going to make sure you see me. Why did he show himself to Mary? Because she believed him. She ran down that road, and I'll tell you what, when a woman's excited and got a message, she can run. He's alive. And Jesus ascended as a live man. Now, ladies and gentlemen, write this down. Don't prefer a graveyard to a living sanctuary. There are a lot of churches all over the world today with live people that look like statues. Don't prefer a graveyard to a living sanctuary. You ever notice, I know some of y'all when you first start coming to this church, some of you that watch by television, you want to laugh. I know you want to laugh. But you don't think it's right to laugh. I know it. I can see it. You're going, because you've been taught, quiet in the church. Quiet in the church. And sometimes if they pan or something like that, somebody going, you go, you've been going to a graveyard. I really believe when the Lord's going to come back, he's going to come right behind you and go, boo. I can understand that. When I first saw people dancing, I thought, Lord Jesus. Now, sometimes we believe in controlling some dancing. Because some people get slapped crazy. We had one woman in this church when she wanted to dance so much, and one of my ushers grabbed her and said, put her in the parking lot. He said, dance all over the parking lot. I got the thing. I said, what for? Can you imagine people driving up and down? There's some woman out there. I don't know what people are thinking. Lord, that's a loose church. No, it's a live church. It's a live church. Don't prefer a dead graveyard to a living sanctuary. And watch this. You see, in Martha's case, some expect a future resurrection. Write this down. Some expect a future resurrection. But Jesus surprised Martha with a present one. Yes. One in himself. He said, I am the resurrection. One in himself. Not a belief in a doctrine, but a trust in a person. You see, I don't just believe this because it's doctrinally correct, or it's homiletically, hermeneutically, philosophically, theologically, doctrinally correct. I am Dr. Duplantis. I believe it because it presents a person than just a doctrine. Let me say it again. Some expect a future resurrection, but Jesus surprised Martha with a present. one in himself. Not a belief in a doctrine, but a trust. But trust in a person. See, trust in a person. You see, the only Jesus some people may ever see is the Jesus in you and the Jesus in me. And you know what? It's okay to make mistakes, but sometimes they're recorded. You know, when you're on television, watch this, watch. I can't do nothing in my life. Everywhere I move, something follows me. Look. Now, you're laughing at that. But that's like that when I'm walking around. I like to walk the French Quarter. I like to go to Ida Manhattan because she has beautiful things. And she said, blessing. We love talking to Dale and I. They're blessings of the Lord. I like to see Mr. Wilmeyer once in a while. I just go to, how you doing, Mr. Wilmeyer? And people, they go, as I walk by, I don't notice it, but Kathy notices it more. She says, people walk by, they say, that's Jesse Duplantis. Now, it'd be kind of bad if I said, Kathy, I'll tell you one, what? But somebody's always watching. You got to be nice all the time when you're on television. Sometimes you don't want to be nice. Let's just be honest. Sometimes you don't feel like being nice. They won't let you out the parking lot. Or you only went in there for 30 minutes and they want to charge you $9. And you forgot to stamp the thing. So you say, oh, I forgot to stamp, but look at all the bags in the back. Tough, $9. And you want to go, good Lord, man, what you trying to do? Pay the place in one day? You don't mind people being blessed? You know what I'm talking about. Don't look at me so innocent. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Are you standing in line about ready to eat and someone comes in and they put someone ahead of you? And it's Easter Sunday? And you say, excuse me, excuse me. I never say nothing, Joe. I am a man, but I just go over close to Kathy. I slap Kathy. I said, sick 'em. Kathy go over there, excuse me. Because see, women can do that. A lot of men are a little embarrassed. Like a woman, they can buy a gallon of milk, and if they've had it for 47 years, and they got this much left, and it went bad, they go back to the store. Y'all got to give me a new gallon of milk. When did you buy that? Before my first baby was born. And they expect a gallon of milk. Now, men don't do that. I ain't going back down there and bring that gallon. Shut up. You know? So I just tell Kathy, I go, Kathy, make sure, see if they got a reservation. Those kind of things, you see. Why am I saying that? I don't know. I know why. Kathy's looking at me with them eyes. Hello, everybody. I'm Jesse Duplantis, and I'm so happy you're watching this video today. If you're enjoying our channel, please subscribe. You can hit the bell to get notifications as each new video is posted so you don't miss a single one. Then you share this video to your friends, your family, so they can be blessed by it. And I mean necessarily, they'll be funny, they'll be hilarious, and I promise you, if you watch it, by the end of it, you're going to feel good. Because I believe in bringing joy into people's lives. I mean that sincerely. And I tell people, say, does anything ever wipe that smile off your face? No. And thank God I got good teeth. Praise the Lord. So watch it and subscribe today. Thank you, and keep watching. You'll be blessed.
This media is copyrighted by Jesse Duplantis Ministries for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this media or of any pictures or accounts without Jesse Duplantis Ministries' consent is strictly prohibited.